Wiggle. Wiggle. Tiny. Kept wanting him to fight a little bit. Come here, baby. I'd say that's a start, though. That's a start, wouldn't you think?
Yes, sir.
Look, whee! They like that to spin around like that. Fishing today with my buddy Steve Perkins, Nocona Lake in West Texas. That's right. Actually, just south of the Red River, just barely in Texas. And Steve has been fishing this lake quite a little bit. First time I've ever been on it. First bass I've ever caught at Nocona Lake, right there. Right there, exactly. Guarantee you, a beauty. Pretty fish. You caught them bigger than this, hadn't you?
Oh, they should get bigger today, Jimmy. I hope they get bigger today,
That fish
Jimmy.
was up there on the bank. Now, Steve's been catching fish here, live scoping out, in deeper water, but we've got this weather. We had 80-degree weather, and now we've got a cold day today, and we've got a cold day coming in tomorrow, and then more pretty weather. So you just never know. But we'll see what's going to happen. That's a good start, though.
Yes, sir.
It's a start. And then,
Jimmy.
He hit right there, didn't he?
Oh, Jimmy.
He hit right there.
Yeah.
I mean, right there. I'm gonna hit my spot lock. Just stop right here. Woo, good fish. You gonna get him?
I think I can, maybe.
Ah, that a boy. That a boy. He hit right there, didn't he?
Yeah, he's right on the bank.
Oh, was he?
Right on the bank.
Well, I didn't even know you had one until he come up right here. Well, that's two. Both of them been right here in the same spot. We caught one, we caught that other fish.
Right there.
An hour or so. They're right here in the same spot. I mean, right here. I hit the spot lock on my Minn Kota.
He's
And
not
that
bad.
one I got was right on the bank too. Good fish, good fish.
He was
that
right on the bank.
Shaky head?
Little shaky head.
Yep.
Right on the bank.
Why didn't you tell me you had one? Did you know you had one?
Yeah.
Did you know you had one?
I knew I had one. I had to set the hook, Jimmy.
You're supposed to say, I got one. I don't think you knew he had one. I don't think you know he had one. Because he went, ah, 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 what is that?
Hey, now I can have a honey bun.
He's going, ah!
Now I can have a honey bun, can't I, Jimmy?
Now you can eat.
Okay.
His dad said you can't eat until you catch a fish. That fish I was pulling sideways, and I thought it was a big fish. I mean, I really did. I thought that was going to be a big fish, and look at the way he's hung. Look at that. And I was pulling sideways against him, but he didn't pull. Did you see that? I waited, and I thought for a second, well, it's not a fish, it's a brush or something. That's one thing about that bait. It's got a lot of hooks on it. A lot of times you hook them like more than once, like I did that one right there. Hey guys and girls, we fished all morning long. And we've had one bite. And then just in the last few minutes, we've had two bites, or maybe 1.5 or 1.25. I'm not sure I count that as a bite. That's a skinny fish, that looks like me. That other one's kind of fat, looked like Steve. No, I didn't say that.
That's all right.
Steve's not fat at all, he's slim and trim like me. Yeah, baby, yeah, baby. Hey, I'm getting excited now, what do you think?
Me too.
Maybe we just need to go around this point all day. Maybe we don't even need to go anywhere else. I thought that was gonna be a good fish. I kept waiting on him to take off or something. I mean, I knew it was a fish because he hit it hard. And when I set the hook, it felt heavy. And I thought, ooh, that's a good one.
When you tail hook them like that, they do feel.
On that crankbait. Put that big freak on and get down there.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
Pretty nice fish too.
Good fish. Jimmy, help you?
No, I'm okay so far. Worried about my marker buoy there. Yeah, it's a nice fish. I might ought to get him, he just barely hung. Whole dang bait sticking out of his mouth. Oh, he just barely hung.
I can't let Jimmy Houston's fish go at all.
Old Ricky Clun freak. Had to have something to get down there deep.
go, Jimmy.
Hey, let me tell you what. Let me tell you something that happened right here. I'm gonna tell you what. You look right over there, you see that nitro boat, that red nitro way over there? That guy in that red nitro come by, and it's a 5-pound largemouth bass. The guy in that red nitro boat over there, and he saw us over there, and he come over and introduced himself, and got his crappie tackle box out, and he said, right out here, he said, I caught 2 6-pounders out there this morning. I got a brush pile out there. He said, I got a marker buoy on it, and let Steve take my picture.
All right, Jimmy.
He said, I got a marker buoy on it. I got a marker buoy on it, and I just caught one out there a minute ago and catch him on a crankbait. Get you back in the water, baby. And so I had a shallow water crankbait on because we were up there on in shallow water. So I got my tackle box. He's catching them on a red. I put on a kind of a crawfish color, Lucky Strike Freak. It's got that big square bill on it, big long bill. It's not a very big bait, but it'll go down deep because I'm sitting right now in 22 foot of water and I'm throwing back in about 15. And so I put that bait on, and the brush pile doesn't look very thick back there, but we are seeing quite a few fish swimming around, and there's a big school of shad that are around that brush pile. They're kind of relating to that brush pile. They're not staying right on it. You did a good job there, by the way, Steve. That thing was barely hooked, wasn't he? Had
you.
1 point of 1 treble in him. Not 2 or 3, but 1 point of 1 treble. I saw him, that's the first thing I look at when I get a big fish around by the boat, or any fish, is to see how they're hooked. That one wasn't hooked very well. But anyway, that guy, my whole point in this long story that I'm going rambling on about is that's just how nice fishermen are. That's why fishermen are the nicest, greatest, most wonderfulest people in the world. Now they'll lie to you sometimes too. They do that. But he left his marker buoy. That marker buoy's his. Yeah, and he come over and told us what was here, and said go over and fish it. And so, being a nice guy like I am, I wanted to do what he told me to do. and caught a big fish.
Paid
So
off,
that's pretty
didn't
cool.
it, Jimmy?
That's pretty cool. Now, if I was to ever fish a tournament on this lake and he was in the tournament, I would never get close to this brush pile. Oh yeah, nice one. Nice one. Nice one. You want me to get that in for you?
Oh, maybe Jimmy. Maybe Jimmy.
I believe I can help you with that. Ooh, yeah. What has he got lean now? I have a heavy line. Ooh, a little crankbait, and then he swallowed it. I mean, look at that. That crankbait is gone. Gone too. It's another 5-pound fish. Oh, yeah. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Crankbait. Boy, he ate it. It's cleared out in his throat. I couldn't see any bait. That's what I was talking about. You know, maybe that's I thought maybe.
I just switched baits too.
Really?
I want to borrow your pliers, Jimmy.
Yeah, you definitely need to be an orthodontist on that. Orthodontist or a proctologist, whichever one comes first. How far away was he from the bank?
Halfway.
Halfway.
Okay.
Leaning a little bit. Boy, I guarantee he ate it. Oh yeah, you got it. You got it, he'll be good. Man. That is beautiful. Yes, sir. Look at the belly on that girl. She's getting ready. She's getting ready.
I just switched crankbait, Jimmy.
Little crank plug. Slow roll that spinnerbait. Finally caught one on spinnerbait. If I catch him, not a very big one. This fish just come up out of deep water, I swear. As a male, just come up out of deep water. Look how he is barely hooked. I mean, he dominoed on that spinnerbait. Slow rolling a red man spinnerbait. Long, skinny male fish. Kiss at a distance. The boy fish. That Alabama rig that I've been using is the Shane's Alabama rig, and I got Lucky swim baits on it. That fish was pretty far out here. I mean, pretty far out here. But the water's only 6 foot deep where I am. So he's not very deep. fact, I'm actually too close.
Doggone.
Not very big, but it's a fish.
Not very big.
Maybe they're getting ready to turn on. What's that, on your shaky head again?
Yes, sir.
So that's 2 on that shaky head.
The other one's a lot better.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah,
I think the other one was a lot better.
That's kind of a little one there.
Yeah, that's kind of a little one. I'm gonna tell you, as hard as the bite has got, it's so pretty. I guess I should say, it doesn't matter, it's so pretty, it's just great anyway.
Exactly.
That's a bunch of bull. I want to catch a fish.
Me.
My deep smoothie. I don't know how big he is. He looks like a 3 or 4 pounder though, I think.
That's
Yeah,
a good one.
yeah, maybe a 5 pounder.
Can we help you, Jimmy?
Yeah, you're good at that. You didn't lose that big one out there on that freak.
Well, it's a lot colder now,
You
Jimmy.
can belly that one. He's trying to lose him. Now you see those little males I was talking about, those little males, and how they're.
Got him?
I got him.
Okay.
Those little males and how they were skinny. I gotta get my spot lock set so I don't drift off that wind. We're going against that north wind. Those little males are so skinny, and when we catch these 4 and 5 pound females, they're big, fat, and their bellies are fat, and they're real healthy and just in great shape. Oh, you got the needle nose. Yeah, thank you. Had 1 hook, but it was down underneath the tongue. My favorite crankbait, American Original Deep Smoothie, made right here in America. Don't buy those other baits. And a red ear color. That's a beauty right there. That's not quite a 5 pounder, 4.5 pounds, but that is just a beautiful fish. That is sweet sugar. All right, guys and girls, that'll wrap her up for today. I'm telling you, this is really a good day out here on Nocona Lake in Texas. Steve and I started this morning, it was 32 degrees even, exactly freezing. But the wind was not blowing, it was really nice, a little south breeze got up during the day, 10, 15 miles an hour. We caught fish on a variety of baits, crankbaits. Crankbaits caught the biggest fish, seemed like, although I caught one nice one on a Shane's Alabama rig. But the fish are right on the bank, they're halfway out, they're right at the boat. And when they're like that, it's just kind of difficult. The front is hit, my hands are cold, and 66 degrees down to, it's probably down about 40 right now. And it dropped about 10 or 15 degrees in about a minute. That's a nice, big, pretty fish. Guys and girls, remember, I sure do love you.